Hello, everyone. I'm sorry I'm a couple minutes late. I had we're running just a smidgen late because my camera decided to do that thing where it insists we have to be portrait mode. Where we insist we have to be portrait mode instead of landscape mode. So I had to knock myself all the way back out and then knock myself all the way back in. It's the whole thing. Okay, so a little bit of a disclaimer. I might lose my internet while I'm live tonight. I have internet right now. We're just going to go with it. But just to be safe, my camera or my video is on the cell service. So we're using data, which I'm not sure how that's going to work for the blurriness or not, but it will make sure that I don't just disappear. It is possible that at some point I might not be able to read all of your comments. And then when I hooked the camera up, it insisted we had to be portrait mode and kept turning me sideways and all kinds of all that. So sorry, I'm slightly late. Hi, Jamie. Hi, Sandy. Yes, I'm feeling much better. I still have a little bit of a sniffle thing going on, but I'm good. Okay, so let's talk about bundles tonight. Okay, so first of all, let me just say this. I have 2 Post-it notes full of information to give you guys. How funny is that? I kept getting messages and phone calls. Can you tell them this? Can you tell? I have lots of things to tell you about. So let's start with our bundle for tonight. We are going to be using some brown butter cardstock. We are going to be using some alabaster cardstock, and all of these things are in the discounted bundle. The link for that discounted bundle is in the description box. There's lots of links in the description box, actually, because I wasn't sure about the internet and all that. So the card bases are part of our bundle tonight. This adorable stamp set that we are going to play with called Butterfly Lace. This is one of my absolute favorites. It's actually part of the collection that was released right after I was announced as part of the design team here at Bridges Monroe. So I was a little bit I have a soft spot in my heart for all of this whole collection of butterfly stuff. And then brand new products, we have the washi sheets in the Free Spirited. We have some embossing powder in the color Penny, and our friend Penny's here tonight. And we have aqua pigment and copper shimmer. Okay, so hello, Jill. Hello, Stephanie. Hello, Glenda. We're actually going to make 3 cards tonight because I wanted to show you that when you have washi sheets, so you get 2 of these washi sheets in a pack, and they make the quickest cards. Like our cards tonight, if I can get our cards tonight are going to be like boom, 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 because that's how fast you can pull projects together with washi sheets. So quick and easy. So first thing I need to tell you and show you is that tonight, if you spend $50 in the shop, you get a package of this beautiful silver pancetta for free. So that's the first little freebie I have to show you. So this is my roll of pancetta, and I love it. It's from the same collection with the butterflies. It's so much fun to play with. So if you place a $50 order just for tonight, you get a free package of the butterfly silver pancetta. And here's a little card. So this actually is not my card. This is a card that Christopher made me and sent me, and I keep it displayed in my scrapbook room, but I thought that I would show you. It's so pretty. This is what you can do with that gorgeous pancetta product. So that's the first thing. The second thing is if you spend throughout this month, the whole month of April, if you spend $60, you get this stamp set for free. We are going to play with this stamp set tonight. So if you spend $60, you're going to get the stamp for free and the Punchetta for free. So that's pretty awesome. So we have lots of freebies tonight, and the bundle for tonight is also on sale. Believe it's 20% off. But if you click on the link, you can go over to the website and it tells you right there. So we are going to start with, now look at all this. Brown butter, kind of one of my favorite colors of cardstock. So as you can see, well-loved packaging. And yes, when I do mixed media things and I have extras, they go right there into the same cardstock pack so I can use it later. So we're going to cut this down to make our card front. We're going to do 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. Hi, Margie. Hi, Kate. Yes, girl, I love the part. I love, love, love the washi sheets too. Hi, Florina. Nice to see you tonight. So while I cut this paper down, I'll tell you something else that happened today. There is one in-person opening for the Create Your Own Ending event. I will be there. I will be attending the Create Your Own Ending event. It is in July. I think it's July 18th to the 20th. And in person, it was completely sold out. So we had one person that had to cancel. And so they were able to open up a spot. So there is one open spot for Create Your Own Ending in July. Right now. Don't everybody run. It's at the Brutus Monroe Events website. The regular price for that set of classes is $350, but it's still on the early bird pricing, so it's $299. And I cut this too big. Okay, so 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, and I'm going to cut another one because we're going to do more than one card tonight, so we might as well cut another and use for that. So we can do, and then for the third card, we'll just use a white card front. Hi, Karen. I'm so glad you're here tonight. I know you've been having some rough stuff going on, and I'm so happy you came to watch me scrapbook. Or watch me make cards. That makes my heart happy. Okay, so here's our alabaster cardstock, which is also part of the bundle tonight. Yes, that Punchetto is so good. Do you know when I had to pull, I wanted to pull the card. Well, the card was easy because it's on display in my room, but when I went looking for my roll of Punchetto to show you all this afternoon, I was like, where did I put that? Where did I organize it away? Okay, this is the alabaster cardstock, and I'm going to cut this down to 4 by 5 1/4. So if you're playing along with me, even if you don't have these washi sheets, you can, if you have any of Brutus Monroe's washi sheets, this will work. You can swap out all of my card designs for different colors and all of those things. So these are 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm going to grab one more. I'm going to pop these scraps in here. So I keep all my cardstock in these little cellophane wrappers. And right around the time that the cellophane wrapper starts to like tear and be unusable, inevitably I'm almost out of the cardstock. So it's totally fine. It works out. We're going to do one more, and this one we're also going to cut it 4 by 5 1/4. So we'll have 2 that will be full card fronts and have that brown butter cardstock around the edges. And then we'll have 1 that will just be the white card front. The reason I'm doing this part first is because we're going to use some of that gorgeous copper shimmer, and I want to make sure it has time to dry. Hi, Sean. So happy to have you here. Sean's bundle over at the shop is live as well, and he has a free gift too on his bundle. And it's live now, so you can grab it before he goes live on Wednesday if you wanted to. Just saying. And there's free lime glaze, free CHROMA glaze that you get with his bundle. So, Sean, feel free to pop your little link up in the comments, and then you guys will have lots of shopping options. Okay, so there's our 3 card fronts. And then, oh, thank you so much. Oh, yeah, Jamie, it would have paired with one from last year, I think. Almost positive. So we're going to start with this one, and I shouldn't have glued this together, but I did. So now we're just going to go with it. We're going to go with the one that I did earlier, and which is like the sample for tonight's live. So we're going to start with this washi, and I do have to pull this off. So sorry. So we're going to center this, and you have to center this really well, because otherwise you're going to end up, to make it go across the card panel diagonally, you do have to center it pretty good, or you end up, it won't make it the full diagonal width across the card front. Okay. And then look how easy this is. You just take it and just fold it under. And then we're going to take this one and place it down across the bottom. And I just realized I forgot to pull a tool out that I'm going to need, but I guess we'll just use my glass mat. Hey, Misty. So glad to see you. And then we'll do one more up at the top, and I chose this one. So again, this is like super easy. And then we can put this back on our brown butter cardstock. Thank you. The washi, and so Sandy says she's obsessed with the washi. Those washi maps are pretty awesome and amazing. I agree. Okay, for our next card, we're going to do a little bit of a half and half, right? So I was thinking that we could do like these 3 orange ones. And then I'm just going to put them, I'm going to start it at the bottom of the card front and then just wrap it around. The washi wraps are really cool. I have not gotten them yet, but they would be like a perfect little add-on. To try because they are so fun. No, I don't want that one. Do I want that one? Decisions. I don't think so because we have this here. I think I want this one. Sean, you need to open your washi tape, your washi sheets. We're going to use oodles of these tonight. So apparently there's no right way or wrong way to put these down. I was thinking that I didn't want to put them upside down. So like I was paying attention, but this washi strip has some that are going the right way and some that are upside down. This one definitely has a right way up and a wrong way up. But this one has two that are going one way and two that are going another way. So they wouldn't be. And I don't like them that way. So let's move them over. So they're not exactly lined up. We want a little bit of. So I cut this one down. This one I put all the way across, including the brown butter cardstock. For this one, we're going to tear it. I've done this before. So we're going to tear this one for sure. And I just tear the all of it. Because then you don't have to mess with the, what's it called? The sticky stuff. So we'll tear that one. And then we'll tear this one. I'm trying not to tear their little faces in half, but we might just have to tear their little faces in half. See, this is why I don't like animate objects with faces. We were talking about that on one of the other lives because I am pretty like on my channel about how much I'm not a fan of inanimate objects with faces. Okay. I think we're good now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull these off and I'm going to go just about halfway. So right at like the 2-inch mark. And get it pretty straight. So there we have one. And then we'll do the next one. And we'll overlap it. So that one is just pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the washi strips clear till the end. And my goal is that we don't see any of these straight lines. It's like cutting a stamp. You know what? I do that too. Oh, I cut stamps too. I'm like the murderer or something. Scrap supply murderer. Okay. I might have to tear more. I'm going to have to tear more. I'm going to have to tear this one. This one with the little disco balls. It's a great way to get out your frustration, by the way, tearing washi sheets. Super fun. All right. But look how cool that looks. Totally worth it. And then you just fold it right over. Don't even have to like measure anything. Oh, someone said they lost me. Yeah. Hopefully I'm back now. Kate says she's been using her washi tape like it's been on sale. You know what? Use it. It doesn't make anybody happy. Well, I guess it makes you happy sitting in your stash, but use it, use it, use it. Okay, so there are our 3 starts to our card. In our bundle tonight, we also have Copper Shimmer Aqua Pigments. So you can use the Copper Shimmer Aqua Pigments for lots of reasons. For lots of things. We're going to use it for splatter. And let me see if I have it handy. Usually I would use a pigment palette for this, for sure, but I think that well, just give me a second. Let me see if haha. We have one. We'll just have to clean that up. Truth be told, I have 4, but this is the one we'll go ahead and use tonight. And I'll just wipe it up quick. I know. Someone's going, but I've got 4 of them, and all 4 of them look like that and have stuff on them. Because I never want to clean them in case I want to add water and reuse something. Hi, Isis. Oh, thank you so much. Yes, I am feeling much, much better. Thank you. I think I'm starting to see more comments now. I think I'm just hoping that, well, that wasn't good. Hold on. Ta-da! We fixed it. Okay. Nothing like pushing your chair in and smacking the mic boom that holds your camera. Give this a good. Yes, Kate, tear your washi. Super fun. So I think we're going to do this full strength. So we get lovely, big splatters. You could add water. Now, Ritter Monroe sells this amazing product called Aqua Splash. And if you are not flicking enabled, it's fabulous and the perfect way to add splatter to a project. I am flicking enabled. I don't know if my wrist just doesn't do it. I don't know. But I need a fan brush. And then I also need a pair of scissors. And even then, it's a little bit like, is this going to work? Because I am just not a good flicker. You're all gonna laugh at me, but I'm flicking. There we go. Haha. So one. There's one flicker. I'm also a heavy-handed flicker. I like, I like a lot of flicking. But yeah, so I'm going down and I'm mostly keeping my splatter to this side on this one. And then with this one, I'm going to try to keep it into here, into the white area. And then we can let them dry and we can work on our butterflies. How are we doing with the... No, it's not just you, Kate. I'm terrible. I don't have that, like that wrist motion. I don't know. I don't have it. It's just, it's not. There we go. So now we have all of that gorgeous flicker in there. So we'll go ahead. We'll just kind of push these up here to dry. We'll set this aside for later. And now we can talk about our stamp. So originally I was going to stamp and emboss this stamp live on camera for you. But then I burnt myself with my heat tool. And then I was like, I don't want to try to burn myself on live TV. So I went ahead and did the embossing with the penny embossing powder. And we're just going to die cut it because I think that for this particular stamp set, the die cutting part is like the die cutting part is the part that is the best for this particular stamp set. Yes, Isis, I love splatter too. I just don't have the, I don't have the flicking for it. I don't know. So let me push these up here a little bit so they dry nice. There we go. I'll set this aside. So what makes this particular stamp set so fun? And if you are one of my scrapbooking girls watching this, you want this stamp set. So if you get the stamp set and the matching dies, the stamp set, first of all, is quite large. So it's not a small stamp set. So it would be perfect to do like a mixed media background on a 12 by 12 layout. It by itself, like it's just a nice substantial stamp set. And when you're doing a 12 by 12 layout, you want something a little bit bigger. And then when you get the dies don't cut around the outside edge. So the dies actually cut out the individual butterflies. So you get one for this butterfly. And then you get one for this butterfly. Now I have learned that you can't cut out both of these. So you can cut out the small ones, or you can cut out the big one in the middle, and then you just have to come back and grab that one another day. But the rest of them you can cut out. And then for those of you that scrapbook, you can do like a watercolor background on your page with the whole big stamp, but then you can die cut it and you end up with embellishments that perfectly coordinate and match your background. So cool. I agree, Isis. I agree on the ouch. I was like, once I did that, I said, never mind. I'm not going to try to heat emboss on live TV tonight because apparently that is just not my not my jam. So. And it was one of those, because I did it with the heat tool, you don't actually realize right away that you're burned. So like I heat embossed a set of the butterflies and I went downstairs and I was eating lunch. And then it was like all of a sudden I had these blisters on my fingers and it hurt. And I was like, oh. Okay, so then we can die cut them out. And butterflies. So cute. I love it. So I'm going to do one more. Another really good tip I have for you with regard to this particular stamp set, when you stamp it, you need a good pressure tool and stamp it a couple of times. And before you heat emboss it, before you add your embossing powder, I would say get it under a light and give it a good look to make sure you've gotten all of the different areas stamped, because this is a pretty intricate stamp set. It's also pretty large. So even with the Misty, I found that I really had to give it, like really hit it with the pressure and get it a couple times and make sure that I had all of the different parts of the stamp set stamped with my embossing ink. But that being said, if you do emboss it and you missed a butterfly, it's not ruined because you can just die cut the rest of the butterflies out and not the one that maybe didn't stamp or emboss so perfectly. So here's the last little butterfly. We just need 3 of them for our first card for tonight. I'll just slip this right back into here with the stamp because there's still some butterflies on there I can die cut out for another day. Sorry for the loud noise there. I had to knock my cutting plate from my die cut machine down, right? All right. Oh, yay, Candy! Candy. So speaking of scrapbooking, I found something. Ooh. Yeah, I have a stamping book. That's what I have for a pressure tool. Okay, let's get these butterflies on for our first card. And then we'll put the other 2 together too. So because I have this aqua pigment, I am going to use wet glue. I usually find myself putting a lot of my cards together with wet glue these days because I do tend to make things a little bit messy. So we're going to put this one up here. And then we're going to do these two at the bottom. And then we're going to come back in and stamp and add our sentiments. I hope you like this idea of like batch card making. Taking one bundle and making a couple cards, not just one. So we're going to go ahead and get this one in here and put this one down at the bottom. And then we'll come back in with our sentiment stamp and we'll put our sentiment right there across the middle. Okay, so that's card number 1. Card number 2, I have different butterflies to show you. So I did the butterflies in the embossing powder of the month, which is called Lava Lamp Glow. It is available in the shop for individual purchase. You can grab it. But I went ahead and used the embossing powder and the same stamp set. And look how glittery they are. They're so pretty. I hope you can catch the glitter on them because it's pretty awesome. And so for this card, we're going to do the butterflies. I think, so in my head, we're going to do them like this, like straight across. Yeah? How's that look? Yep, just like that. And then we'll cut off the ends, which that's totally fine. And then we will put our stamped sentiment right there. I agree, sis. That's what makes it look handmade. So we'll get this one pretty straight and lined up right there. And then one on this side. Lined up. And to the left. And then we'll line up this side on the right. There we go. And then we'll just go ahead and so there is card number 2 with the butterflies. And then for card number 3, instead of die cutting and heat embossing the big butterfly, I did the 4 little ones. And this is with that same, this is with the tiny embossing powder that comes in tonight's bundle. And so we can just take this. I don't know if these will fit, but these are the ones I had. And I thought maybe we could get them going down the side on the splatters. Oh yeah, they'll fit really nicely, actually. A little bit of space in between. just like this. Oh, thank you so much, Jill. Thank you very much. So we'll go ahead and we'll glue these down. Oh no, it froze. Oh dear. Don't freeze, don't freeze. We're, we're getting through this. Technology is awful. I mean, it's awesome, but also it's so there are our 3 card designs for tonight. We just have to add our sentiment, and we're going to use that freebie stamp that you can get tonight with a $60 order for our sentiment. So I'm going to grab my Misty, and we're going to do and this, folks, is why I keep all of these little pieces in my scrap basket here. Be big enough. Hey, we got. I'm not frozen anymore. Yay. What if I get? Let me just check. There we go. Okay. Let me grab this in here. So this stamp set comes with 2 sentiments. One that says, "You make my day brighter," and one that says, "Thank you for sharing your world." Super, super cute. So I'm going to put these right in the middle of this huge long strip of paper because I'm going to cut it. I'm going to cut them into strips. And then this is a super cute font. I like it very much. And it's pretty dark, easily readable. How are we doing on time? That's my question. Oh, see, we did. We got 3 cards done in an hour. How about that? Yay. Go us. It's those washi strips, I'm telling you. That's what makes it possible. We even got a little splatter on those cards. And we still need it. So while I stamp these and cut these out, don't forget, if you are wanting to attend the Great Children Ending event in July and you want to grab a ticket before you tried to grab a ticket and they were sold out, there is one that has become available. You can grab that one over at the Brutus Monroe events. I know Penny popped the link up there. If you want to get some freebies tonight, if you spend $50, you can get a roll of that fun silver Punchetto for free. And if you spend $60, you get the Punchetto roll, and the Brighter Day stamp set, both for free. So you can hop over to the website. You can grab the bundle, add some extra washi to your cart to get you up to about $60. And then when you get your fun products in the mail, you will have exactly what you need to make 3 adorable cards, or more, depending on what kind of embossing powders you use, what kind of washi tape to buy, all that kind of stuff. Yes, clean. I hope that you all have a lovely, lovely evening. Finish these up super simply. Does anybody have any questions? Anything at all I can help you out with? I'm always scared to death that my ink is going to smudge. Do I need to do this? Probably not. I'm still always paranoid that my ink is going to smudge. Oh. Dear me, it's crooked. I'm going to do this. Right. Yeah. Shelly, Barbara, and Kate. Just quick info for you. So my internet has been going out on me all day, and I wanted to make sure I didn't just like disappear on you. So I am on data on my phone. So I'm streaming over data. Yeah, and that is what happens, unfortunately. So when my internet has been pretty wonky all day, I actually begged Candy if she could please come to the live tonight, because I was super scared that I would end up getting kicked out and no one would know where I was. So really, really like. So I'm going to switch up the card, this third one. So I started playing with these, right? I'm going to put this one down, and I put this one down, and I really like how this looks, this sentiment with the cut edge right here on the edge. So in my little practice one, for this one, see how it goes right across the whole middle? I'm not going to do that. I'm going to stick to this because I really like it. We're going to do that one, that one. You know what? I think overall, considering all the internet issues I had today, we got through most of this live, and I'm going to call that a win because it's just now starting to like give everyone problems. I'll take it. I have so many internet issues today. Yes, I love that. Okay. So we're going to fix that one up. We're going to have this come in right there. And there are 3 card breads. So then you can just add them onto 3 card bases, and you are good to go. And we're all done for tonight. How about that? We actually got all 3 of those cards done in 52 minutes, which makes me super happy. And I can't see anyone's comments anymore, so I'm not sure if the internet is gone or what's going on. It's saying that my it's still recording and everything's okay, but this was what I was worried about. But we got to the very end before we had a problem. Thank you so much, Candy. Yeah. Candy says, yep, we were lucky with the internet tonight. Got through the card making right. Sentiments are good to be able to watch without all the sound. Perfect. Absolutely perfect. All right, here's a close-up of all of our cards. And then I'm super happy we were able to get through all of this pretty well. Okay, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful evening, and I will talk to you again very soon. Thank you so much, Karen. I think I have my internet back because I'm starting to get like a little bit of some of the talking or some of the chats. So if I missed a comment or you have a question or anything, you can put it in the comments of the replay and I'll grab those. Have a wonderful evening, everyone. Bye.